Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well. From wherever you watch this channel, I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for your support. If you wish to support us, just like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Now, Ruto's solution and DUALE's solution to the SHA fraud was to deregister certain facilities. Now that is what Ruto told us yesterday in Kapsabet, and that is exactly what DUALE has been telling us. Now, RIGATHI has surfaced and addressed the same issue, but RIGATHI is posing a question.
Hii pesa moderator, we are in shock that pesa ya SHA inatumwa kwa mahospitali that do not exist, yet mahospitali ya kanisa, mission hospitals ya PCA ya Catholic churches are not receiving money. Money is being sent to non-existent hospitals. Sasa waziri anaitwa DUALE anasema we shall shut down all those hospitals. How do you shut down hospitals that do not exist?
Let me rephrase this again. Why is SHA money going to ghost facilities, but then you claim to close physical facilities? Now, just like I told you, DUALE's solution was that there are facilities which have not met the threshold of SHA. Now, these facilities have been closed down. Now, I wanted to understand something here, because there's something here which I also want us to go through. If these facilities were initially given the SHA portal, that means they could have gotten the accreditations. These facilities must have offered services, and now they were claiming finances that are owed to them. If DUALE goes ahead and closes these facilities, what about the services they offered? Now, let's not talk about that. Let's focus on St. Mary's Hospital, and we talked about it in our previous analysis. If St. Mary's Hospital had been sharing claims with SHA, and SHA has not paid them, as the money that has been paid, according to the bishop, that Bishop Obanyi, is around 9 million. These are money paid within 10 months. And according to the good bishop, SHA owes that facility more than 100 million. Now, if you do the math, ladies and gentlemen, then you find that there's a problem in SHA. So that is exactly what RIGATHI has decided to talk about. So this video, ladies and gentlemen, RIGATHI surfaced at a church, a PCA church in Kajiado, and he trailed his guns on this issue of SHA.
Hii pesa moderator, we are in shock that pesa ya SHA inatumwa kwa mahospitali that do not exist, yet mahospitali ya kanisa, mission hospitals ya PCA ya Catholic churches are not receiving money. Money is being sent to non-existent hospitals. Sasa waziri anaitwa DUALE anasema we shall shut down all those hospitals. How do you shut down hospitals that do not exist? Najua pia ni mzuri tuheshimu watu wa Kenya. It is important to heshimu watu wa Kenya. Finally,
now let me take you through some breakdown on these facilities, which according to the government, they think is a solution. The solution, I mean, by closing them or by deregistering them, they think that that's a solution. So, out of these facilities, ladies and gentlemen, there's a crackdown that was launched by the ministry, and according to this documentation here, the government has stepped up the fight against fraud in the Social Health Authority and the operation of unlicensed health facilities through Kenya Gazette Notice number 1217/8, and yes, that Gazette Notice was for 30th August 2025. I mean, that is when this matter was brought to the public. Now, the Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council published two categories of different facilities. First, There is the 544 facilities which are considered as unregistered and unlicensed premises. Then there's the 554 facilities which fall under revoked licenses. So I want to note this. Unregistered and unlicensed premises 544, but 454 facilities have been having licenses, but their licenses have been revoked. Now, under the unregistered and unlicensed facilities, these facilities were operating without due registration or approval. Now, if you look at the distribution again here, we are told that under the county distributions, Nairobi had 120 facilities, Wajir had 60 facilities, Mandera had 76 facilities, Kisii had 40 facilities, Homa Bay had 25 facilities, and other counties combined had 224 facilities, a total of 544 facilities. Now, facilities with revoked licenses. Now, these facilities had been licensed but were later deregistered for non-compliance. So if you go to the county distribution of these facilities, you're told that Nairobi had 95 facilities, Wajir 55 facilities, Mandera 70 facilities, Kisii 38 facilities, Homa Bay 28 facilities. Other counties had 168 facilities combined, I think, and the total is 454 facilities. So again, you are told that the reason for this move is that there is the issue of fraudulent SHA claims. Second is that there is breach of licensing condition. The third one is that there is failure to meet professional and safety standards. Now, the impact of this move is that it's supposed to protect the public from unsafe or fraudulent health providers and secures SHA funds intended for universal healthcare, promotes accountability and professional standards in the health sector, and encourages facilities to comply with registration and licensing laws. So what this story is telling us, ladies and gentlemen, is that SHA has moved with speed to close 1,000 facilities through the registration and just physical closure, because some of them don't meet the legal threshold needed for them to stand out as facilities or healthcare premises. Now, do you agree with what Rigathi Gachagua told us about this move? Because it's a move that was launched, and the move, as communicated by William Ruto, is that it is meant to curb fraud. When DUALE surfaced with this matter, DUALE told us that some of the people want him to resign on facilities which he himself has ordered to be closed. He was trying to tell us that people like Anthony Kibagendi has a facility. I'm not sure, but that is what DUALE was trying to tell us, that some of them have facilities which have been closed. So that explains the main reason why wanalalamika. I mean, these are some of the things which DUALE was trying to use as his own defense. Now, do you agree with what Rigathi Gachagua said, that SHA is not addressing the real problem? The real problem is not the registration, closing of facilities, according to Rigathi Gachagua, but the real problem is this habit of sending money to ghost facilities, whereas facilities which have offered services do not get payment. I think this is what Rigathi Gachagua is trying to communicate here, ladies and gentlemen. So just go below in the comment section and tell us what you think about the statement from Rigathi. I personally agree with Rigathi that the problem is not even closing these facilities. The problem is paying facilities which don't exist. How do you close a facility that does not exist? That's a very important thing to note. Now, perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you once again for choosing YOLENO TV as your favorite political channel.